up and leave, what do? We give a round of applause no matter what, because it takes courage and bravery to speak in front of people, all right? So first person I'm going to introduce that's going to come up here is going to be Chief. Chief, let's give Chief a round of applause. Come on. Yeah, this is your seat, my guy. This is your seat. Can we see Chief? Can we see Chief? Oh, there we go.
All right, so my name is Chief Rogers. I'm going to be attending 9th grade at Weston High. And as you heard earlier, we're going to be talking about respect. And we've been learning about respect in class recently. So in my opinion, respect is like being kind and accepting people for their values and opinions and thoughts.
Oh, you're good.
Sorry. Oh, you good. No. That's it? Okay, so that's it. That's all you gotta say about respect?
Yeah.
What does respect mean to you, to the community? Like, what does that look like? Being kind and accepting their values and their opinions. All right. I like that, Chief. And Mr. Tony Lee, what do we gotta say on that feedback about respect? Respect goes a long way.
Respect is everything. I think respect is very important. And you're going to be using the values of respect your whole life, not only now, and you'll be using it once you leave 3Point, the 3Point Foundation. Respect is, you want to treat people how you want to be treated. You want to be kind about certain values that people believe in, certain values that people are interested in, just as well as you want those same values and beliefs treated towards you. So absolutely, respect is key. It's going to be something that you're going to use for the rest of your life. That's not something that you're just doing now or tomorrow. That's going to happen for the rest of your life. Okay.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate that. And thank you for the advice.
Of course, you're welcome.
Let's give Chief a round of applause. All right. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the next student. And this week, they've been thinking about the design thinking process behind when creating a product or a service, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce Abel, who's going to come here and let you know about the backpack challenge that they did this week. They had to combine teamwork and respect with it together. So let's give her a round of applause for Abel.
Hello.
What's going on, Abel?
Sorry. It's going good. And
what school you go? You got that.
My name is Abel Paulos. I'm entering sixth grade in the Wellesley Middle School, and I'm going to be talking to you about the backpack challenge. A couple of days ago, we did a challenge. It was related to backpacks, and it tied into our value of this week, respect. I'm going to be telling you about it. So you have to respect your partner's opinions about like their backpack and how they want it. If you can't respect their opinions, then you can't make their backpack the way they wanted it to, and you're going to like fail the challenge. And this is the backpack I made for him, my partner, Aiden Williams, and he wanted a Nike Elite backpack with pockets like cup holders and a food heater. And
Creative, I love it.
I made it for him. Yeah.
That's nice.
Thank you.
It's called a prototype. You feel me?
Right. That's nice. That's nice. That activity is awesome, and it's very creative, and it's definitely a nice activity, and I think it's amazing because for the rest of your life, you're gonna have to, like I said earlier, respect people, but you're also gonna have to be able to work with people. You're gonna have to work with others. So you guys doing it as a team is amazing because you'll be able to do nothing by yourself. You're always going to need the help from someone. So the fact that you respect your partner and you were willing to put his values and what he liked into one creative idea, which is that amazing elite backpack, is awesome. That goes to show that you respect his values, that you paid attention to his values, and that you were creative enough and try to put his values into one creation. So that's amazing. That's a great activity, and that's an activity that's new to me. So I would definitely be trying to steal that activity because that's amazing. That's awesome.
It's a great activity to do. The kids love it.
That is, I agree. 100%. It's different. It's different.
So thank you for your time. And goodbye.
All right, Abel, you have a good one.
Let's give Abel a round of applause. Come on. This is really creative, though.
Nice.
Come on.
Right.
They only had pipe strings. They had pipe cleaner, I should say. They had paper tape.
Right.
And there was something else that they had. Sticks. They sticks.
He made that very nice with limited supplies. Right, that's nice.
Alrighty. So next, so I see it's Adonai. Oh, so next we have Adonai, who's already has a question for you, Mr. Lee. So let's give a round of applause for Adonai. Come on.
Morning, Mr. Lee. How are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, Adonai?
So
Tell them your full name, your grade, your school. Let them know where you're from.
my name is Ana Carlos. I'm in 8th grade going into 9th grade this fall. I go to school in Walpole. So my question for you is, what was it like playing basketball overseas compared to playing in college in the US?
And that's a great question. And it's funny you said that because if you didn't ask a basketball question, the Kobe jersey. Hello? Can you hear me? Okay. It's funny you said that because I was going to tease you a little bit if you didn't ask me a basketball question coming up here with a Kobe jersey. So I was definitely going to tease you a little bit. Right. Yeah, I love Kobe. Kobe's my favorite player. So I'm right with you. It was amazing playing basketball here in the States and overseas. It's definitely different, especially for me. I've been playing basketball my whole life. I went to high school, won championships in high school. I went to college, had an amazing career in college, set and broke tons of records, played on ESPN and all that good stuff. But when I left college, I went overseas and played basketball, which is a lot different, right? You just think you come from playing here in your hometown or your home state or country to go into a whole different country where the language is different, the food's different, the religion's different, like the people are different, everything's different. So that's a huge that's a huge adjustment in itself. And then you go over there, and at times the basketball is different. So you have to lock in, you have to be self-controlled, you have to be able to live on your own. You got to be able to take care of yourself. So that's a huge adjustment between playing basketball here at home in your own comfort level, then going overseas, playing in some of these countries where you may not know not one person in the country. You may not know your teammates. You may not know the language. You may not know the food that they eat. It's a total different adjustment. It's a total different lifestyle. So it's totally different than playing basketball here, than playing basketball overseas. But at the same time, it's amazing. It's a blessing, and I'm definitely blessed to be able to accomplish that and have that as something I've done.
Thank you for the answer. I appreciate your time.
Sure.
Thank you.
Let's give Adonai a round of applause, because that was a great question. And he came up here with a Kobe jersey. Great question to ask with it. So I'm going to pass it on to our next student with another question for you. Be ready.
Ready.
Ready, know the vibes. So I'm gonna call Aiden. Aiden, come on. Aiden White, come on. Aiden, a round of applause. Yeah!
You got this, Aiden.
Come on, Aiden.
I'm Aiden White. I'm 12 years old. Seventh grade, and
I can't really hear you, Aiden.
I'm going to the seventh.
Say, go from the top. You got that.
I'm an Aiden White. I'm going to the seventh grade. I'm 12 years old. Question is, what is your funniest story?
Question is what? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Chrissy, he's got to speak up. We can't hear him.
Use that voice you got.
Come on, Aiden. Come on, big boy voice.
My question is, what is your funniest story playing basketball?
What is my fun experience? What?
Your funniest story playing basketball.
Oh, a funny story playing basketball.
Overseas.
I got tons of funny stories playing basketball. A funny story playing basketball. A funny story. Let me think of one. A funny. Not so much funny for me, right? But it's a story that just kind of came up. That's relevant. I was playing. It probably was a couple years, 2 years ago, maybe. I was playing a tournament, right? It was I don't know. Claude might have been there. I'm not sure, but I was playing a tournament for $4,000, and my team was down one with like 10 seconds left, and we were scrambling, and we passed the ball to a guy in the corner, and he shot a 3-pointer, and he missed, and it was me and another guy under the basket. Now remind you, the tournament is for $4,000, and it was me and another guy under the basket, and the ball hit the rim and went straight up in the air. And now it's between me and the other guy to get the rebound and possibly try to go up and score, or him get the rebound, and then they win the game and win the money. So what do you think happened? Of course, I got that rebound. I went up there and laid the ball and scored at the buzzer to win the game for $4,000. So that's a funny story for me, but not so much funny for him. And that was just like a couple years ago.
All right, thank you for the story.
Sorry.
Right.
That was funny, Mr. Lee. Let's give Aiden a round of applause. Okay. So thank you so much for the students that came up here. And you got another question? Okay. After that. So after he does his presentation, I'm gonna call on students for questions, okay? Don't forget, come to Mr. Mitchell because Miss Chrissy's over here, and then Mr. Mitchell's gonna take care of the questions, all right? So what I'm gonna do, I also gotta make sure, Mr. Lee, I give a shout out to the officer Sky Canuto that's on the call as well. We have an amazing partnership with the Boston Police Department.
Yep.
So hi, Officer Canuto, how we doing today?
Hey, Sky, how you doing?
Hey everybody, what up, T? Hey guys, hey Chrissy, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I can't complain. Feels good to be back.
We've missed you.
I know I missed you guys, so I had to make sure I hopped on today. I was a little late, but I'm here.
What's up, Jordan?
You started right on time for me. So as soon as I saw Scott Osborne, I was like, oh, I gotta make sure I give my girl a shout out. Okay? Thank you for being on the call.
I
with us.
appreciate
It means a lot,
you.
sweetheart.
No,
So what
I
I'm gonna
appreciate
do
it.
is, right, I'm gonna pass it, okay? I'm gonna pass it to
Right,
Coach
swing it.
Todd to
Pass the ball.
formally introduce you, Mr. Tony Lee, okay? Pass on to Coach Claude, okay?
Well, there's only one word that really defines Tony. I've coached against Tony several years, and believe me, he's been the biggest headache. Okay, playing against him. He's the only guy that played against our teams, okay, that I made schemes for, and none of them worked. Because the best word that describes him is fearless, because he makes everybody else around him better. He played for Mission Hill, BMBO. I coached the Titans. A gentleman that's like a younger brother to me coached him, and Tony has just been a warrior, and I've seen him blossom into this young man that's running his own nonprofit, that's doing a lot of things in the community for kids. A lot of what's given to him, he's giving back. And that impressed me more than anything else. His basketball career is flawless. So there's not really too much to say about that as far as him just being on top of everything that he did. And he was a winner. And he made everybody else around him better. He motivated everybody. And to a point as though that even when we played against him, you could do nothing but just be in awe because some of the things that he did was just incredible. So I have nothing but big respect for him. That's why I asked him to get on the call. And, definitely we'll have him back in the fall. So, he's got a huge, huge following in the city. Not only was he an athlete, he was a student. Okay. And that's the thing that we teach here at 3Point. He's a student, and he's still a student now because he learns something new every day when he's out there working with these kids. So I've got big respect for him. And, I've got a lot of respect for you, bro. So I love what you're doing, and just keep doing it. So everybody, Mr. Tony Lee, basketball, Mr. Basketball in Massachusetts, Mr. Basketball at Charlestown, Mr. Basketball in Boston. Okay, so everybody give him your undivided attention, because you better be a sponge and soak all of this up, because you got a lot to
learn. Thanks, Claude. I appreciate that.
Yep, no worries. You too, Sky.
Sky's the real superstar.
Yeah, don't even start.
Sky's the real superstar.
So who's next, Chrissy?
I'm just gonna unmute so that we can give you your round of applause, Mr. Tony, okay? So let's give Mr. Tony Lee a round of applause, because he's about to let us know his journey, his way.
Thank you, thank you. What, tell you about myself?
Yes, you're gonna let us know. Ooh,
okay.
You're gonna tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get where you are now to now, right? What values led you to where you are now? What people helped you guide you to get to where you are now? What is your message? What is your purpose? And honestly, let me tell you, we've been talking about entrepreneurship this whole week, right? What does it mean for you to be an entrepreneur, and what advice can you give our students about, because they're about to be their own entrepreneurs, right? And they're working on this curriculum that we call Shark Tank, right? So what advices would you give them as they come up with their own ideas? How can you give them advice so that they can work as a team as well?
First off,
I know that was a lot. I know you got it.
Right. First off, a little bit of myself. My name is Tony Lee. I grew up here in this city, mainly in the Mission Hill area. I went to Charlestown High School, as Claude said. Graduated Charlestown High School, went on to play college basketball at Robert Morris. Left Robert Morris, went overseas. I currently now work for the Suffolk County Sheriff's Department. I've been there for 10 years. I'm a lieutenant over at the jail, South Bay. I actually, since you guys are starting to talking about entrepreneurship and Shark Tank and all that, that's amazing, because I started my own brand, which is called Winning on This Side. And what Winning on This Side is, it's a brand that promotes positive vibes. It's strengthening self-confidence, excelling in every area of your life, not comparing your blessings to someone else's, but being grateful for what you have and not focusing on what you don't have. Everyone's a winner, and everyone's winning in their own capacity, right? Some people winning spiritually, some people winning physically, some people winning financially, some people are winning and having great friends and family. Every person is winning in their own life, in their own capacity. So, like I said, I started that brand, and I do a lot of stuff with it. I speak to tons of kids throughout the city. I does a lot of like basketball events, clinics, and workouts with kids throughout the city. I do a bunch of stuff, just giving back to the community and helping out the youth in the city. And I heard you guys also talking about respect and how you live your life. I live my life by respecting others and being grateful. Every day I wake up, I try to respect everyone and treat people the way I want to be treated. Because I feel like that goes a long way. You never want to belittle anyone or treat anyone down, because that's not how you want to be treated. If someone treats you like that, you ain't gonna like it. So I'm real heavy on treating people how you want to be treated. Also, being grateful. I feel like that is a value that is a lot of times lost. A lot of people forget and focus on what they don't have and focus on what the next person has. You have to be grateful and be blessed for what you have. Be blessed and grateful for the things that are brought to your table, and not worried about the next person's table. Because at the end of the day, kind of like my statement for one on this side, every person is blessed in their own way. You know what I mean? Some people are blessed more than others, but that doesn't make their blessings better than yours. So definitely the values I live by, and I wake up every day and I try to instill into my kids. I have a 10-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old son. Just being grateful and also being respectful, because at the end of the day, respect is something that you're going to have to do for the rest of your life, and it's something you have to do every day of your life for the rest of your life, is respect people. And it goes a long way. You know what I mean? Everyone likes a respectful person. Everyone gravitates towards a person that gives respect, and everyone wants respect, right? You can't want respect for yourself and not give it to the next person. So that's two values that I'm real heavy on, and I live my life by, and I try to instill into my kids.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. I really appreciate that, because honestly, hey, round of applause. Hey,
Right. Thank you, guys.
I love the fact how you broke it down, like you play a man of all, you do it all, corrections officer, lieutenant, entrepreneur, your father, a coach, I assume. How do you handle all of that, trying to balance life all together?
It's tough, but I have a great support system. I mean, my wife she's an amazing person, and she's always right by my side to help me out and make things a lot easier for me. But I just, like I said earlier, I just try to be grateful and try to be blessed and humble for what I have, and just try to treat everybody I encounter with respect. And I feel like me doing that, it's going to bring my own blessings. It's going to bring me more blessings, and also it's going to make my path a lot easier and a lot smoother. But I can't take all the credit. I have an amazing wife who's right there, who's making things a lot easier for me as well.
A good support system. That's
Absolutely.
what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. And shout out to the ladies in the building. Let's give the ladies a round of applause too, okay? All the ladies, okay? So what I'm gonna do is, right, we also have students that have more questions for you.
Yep.
So I hope you're ready for that question, because
Let's
they're
go.
really excited to ask you. So to lead off the questions, the Q&A again, I'm gonna have Josiah come here to lead it off. So Josiah, let's give Josiah a round of applause. Come on.
Hello, Mr. Lee.
What's going on, Josiah?
Thank you for coming. My name is Josiah Dawn. I go to Chip Academy, Boston, and I just want to ask you a question. So I know that you play for different sports and like different teams like across the country. And my question was like, how did speaking a different language affect your teamwork with your teammates?
How did speaking what?
How did speaking a different language affect your teamwork with your teammates?
Oh, how did speaking a different language impact my teammates on the court?
Yeah.
It was hard. It was very hard, because when I left college, my first country I went to was Poland. And when I got to Poland, it's funny because a lot of the guys on the team spoke English, but my coach didn't really speak English. His English was bad. So there was a language barrier there where I kind of at times didn't understand what he was saying. So I had to use the players to translate what the coach was saying. And at least back when I was overseas, a lot of the younger people, the younger, like the kids and the younger like teens spoke English, but the older people, the adults and the grandfathers and grandmothers, they didn't really speak English, but a lot of the younger people did. So my coach was an older gentleman who didn't speak it. So it was tough. I mean, everything he was saying, I wasn't picking up. So I always had to refer to the players to deliver and deliver the message that he was trying to give me. So that was definitely a huge adjustment. But at the end of the day, we made it work. I went out there, I played hard. I trusted my teammates. Like I said earlier, you guys are never going to be able to do things by yourself. You're always going to need a support system. You're always going to need someone to help. And that's the way that my teammates were able to give me a huge boost in my career over there, just by delivering what the coach was saying to me, delivering different points and trying to help me on the court different ways by being a translator through the coach. So it was definitely difficult, but it was amazing, and I'm thankful and I'm blessed to have those teammates there that were able to communicate the message that the coach was trying to deliver to me. And I'm glad that they didn't deliver the wrong message, right? Because coach be telling me to go take a layup, but then players be telling me shoot a three. No, that wasn't the case. They always delivered the correct message, and we made it work, and we had a good season over in Poland.
Thank you for your time.
Of course.
Let's give Josiah a round of applause. Come on. Perfect. All right, so you know Miss Chrissy is all about peeping energy, all right? And you know my energy's out of this world, man. I'm seeing the auras around here. I'm seeing some people slump. I need y'all to get up, all right? So what I need y'all to do 1 second is, 1 second, Mr. Lee. I need y'all to stand up for 1 second for me. Everyone in the room. Everyone stand up. Stand up 1 second. Ooh. You too, Mr. Lee. You gonna stand up with us too. Sorry. So what I want everyone to do is, I want you to reach high. I want you to reach high for your dreams. All right? Reach high for your dreams and let nobody put you down. All right? Then we've been talking about our roots and social emotional, right? I want everybody to go down. Reach down for them roots. All right? Go down all the way, touch them toes. Know where you from, all right? Come on. Stretch out that back. Stretch out that back. Come on. And now I want you to just shake off that negativity. Come on. Shake it off. Shake it off. All right? Okay? Everybody, the sound with me. All right? On three. 1, 2, 3. No, that was not, I didn't get it. Last week, when Coach Wilson was here, y'all had so much energy. All right? So when I say ra-ta-ta-ta-ta, you say it with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta. Okay? Now that's what I'm talking about. All right? Gotta get them up. Gotta get them up. All right. How y'all feeling? Now that was weak. I said, how y'all feeling? All right, now that's what I like to hit. All right, so give me 1 second. I'm gonna have the next student come up here, introduce himself as well, his school, his name. Let's give a round of applause to Gio. Come on, Gio. Gio's gone. Yeah. Let's get it, Gio. Gio, hold on. I'm gonna put you. It's on you, but okay, there we go.
All right, hi, Mr. Lee.
I gotta look at
What's up, Gio?
Hi, Mr. Lee. What inspired you to play basketball? And
what's your name, your grade, your school, where you from? Let them know where you from, boy.
I'm Gio, and I'm from Boston.
What school you go to?
I go to Hernandez, and I'm going to 8th grade.
There we go.
What inspired you to play the sport basketball?
Are you muted, Tony?
Yep. I've been playing basketball ever since I was a little kid. and growing up in Mission Hill, everyone plays basketball, right? We have a huge basketball history. We have a bunch of guys that had amazing college careers. We had a bunch of guys that went to NBA. So basketball was around me my whole life, and I kind of grew up just under basketball. Even now, like a lot of my friends are playing college basketball, playing in the NBA. So basketball has been in me ever since I was born. But it was no way of escaping it. No way that I could have not been able to play basketball because it was around me so much. And like I said, growing up in Michigan, the basketball history is unreal. And we got a bunch of guys playing at the collegiate level and as well as playing in the NBA. And a lot of my friends still currently playing in the NBA right now.
And another question,
You forgot?
have you ever played for like another like state or country? Like, do you play for other states or countries? Currently.
You said, have I ever played for another state or country?
Yeah.
I've never played for another state, other than just like me leaving, like going to play on college and stuff, but definitely for another country, right? And when I told you guys I was overseas, I played for numerous countries. I was overseas. I played basketball in Poland. I played basketball in Germany. I played basketball in Slovenia. I played Croatia. I've been in Czech Republic. I've been Austria. Austria was the last place I played before I stopped playing. I've been all over Europe playing basketball. So for sure, I've definitely played basketball in other countries. And each place over there is different. You know what I mean? Each place, the language is different, the food different, the culture is different. So each place over there is a different aspect of life and a different challenge that you have to face while you're over there. And especially you're over there by yourself. So that's another obstacle that you have to overcome if you want to be successful in playing basketball and traveling the world and doing it at a high competitive level.
That's all the questions I have for today. It was nice speaking to you.
Of course, buddy. It was nice speaking to you as well.
Let's give Gio a round of applause there. Come on. Come on. Thank you, Gio. Well, I got a little echo going on, but I hope you don't mind.
No, of course.
Next, I have another student who's actually had a question and he wants to ask you another question. Let's give Adonai a round of applause to come back.
I knew Adonai was coming back. I had a feeling it was him. I seen him over there with his notepad in his hand. I knew Adonai had some more to talk about. I seen you over there sitting there with your notepad in your hand.
All right. So my first question is, you've been following the NBA, right? Just to make sure.
I have.
Who do you think will win the finals?
Me personally, I want Chris Paul to win, right? But I don't have a problem if the Bucks win. But I want Chris Paul to win because of the way Chris Paul what he has done for his team. Before Chris Paul got to Phoenix, Phoenix wasn't a really good team. Phoenix wasn't a playoff team. They get Chris Paul. Chris Paul came to the team with a lot of young guys. There's all young guys on Phoenix. And Chris Paul has changed the culture in Phoenix. He's changed the culture in Phoenix basketball. You've got all those guys playing together. He's got all those guys sharing. He's got all those guys with one goal, and that's to win. And watching that team now to watching them before, although not one of those guys care who is the superstar, who is the man any given night. They just want to win. And so for me to see Chris Paul do that single-handedly is amazing to me. And that's why I'm cheering for him. You see like these other guys, someone like a LeBron, right? Who LeBron goes to Miami with D Wade and Chris Bosh, right? Then he leaves Miami. Then he goes to the Lakers with Anthony Davis. Not discrediting LeBron or dissing LeBron, but that's not the avenue that Chris Paul took. Chris Paul went and did it the hard way. He took some young guys who were at times selfish and didn't really know what was going on and kind of doing their own thing to bring them involved and have them all on the same page and thinking one goal, and that's to win. So that's why I want Chris Paul to win. I think he's well deserving. He's 36, 37 years old, and he's still playing top 5 basketball in the NBA. He's on a team with no other superstar. Don't get me wrong, Devin Booker is really good, but Devin Booker is not a superstar in the NBA. And so for him to do what he's doing is amazing to me, and I'm definitely rooting for him and Phoenix to win a championship. But I wouldn't be mad if the Bucks win either, because I am a Greek Freak fan. My son loves Greek Freak, but for me, I'm going with Phoenix Suns and Chris Paul.
All right.
Who you think?
I really want the Bucks to win.
Bucks? Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Who do you think the GOAT is?
Who do I think the GOAT is? That's a tough question. You already know. I mean, let me see. Stand up. Right. That's the GOAT. That guy. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. But listen, to me, it's Kobe Bryant, right? Some people say Michael Jordan, some people say Magic, all that stuff. I didn't see those guys. I saw Kobe. And what Kobe done for me was amazing. You look at Kobe's stats and Kobe's career, it's amazing. And for me, that's the GOAT. His killer instinct, the way he carried himself, the way he played on the court was fearless, and it's kind of resembled my game to a certain point. Don't get me wrong, I was no Kobe, but we had some of the same attributes when we were on the court. So for me, the GOAT was Kobe. But when I say that, I don't want to discredit for what LeBron's doing right now. LeBron's doing some amazing things in the NBA. For LeBron to be in his 17th, 18th year in the NBA, to be playing the way he's playing and to keep his body healthy is amazing. Is amazing. So people that say LeBron is the GOAT, I'm not mad at that neither. But me, Kobe's the GOAT, and the best current active player right now is Kevin Durant, in my opinion. I'm a Kevin Durant fan.
And I'm going to add something on that. So this week also in social emotional, we watched the video about mindfulness, right?
Yep.
And Kobe Bryant was also in the video as well. Can you just let the kids know about what does it mean to be like, for you to be aware of yourself and your thoughts, your feelings, and it's okay to trust it and be okay with your feelings. It's okay to take that moment to woosah, because Kobe didn't get this. Everybody loves Kobe because Kobe worked hard. All right. But he had to work hard, but he always relaxed. He was always mindful of what he was doing. So you talk to them a little bit about mindfulness.
Mindfulness is huge, and you have to be mindful not only on the court but off the court, right? Because one bad decision off the court can deter any decision made on the court. You know what I mean? Me working where I work, like I said, I've been at Suffolk County Sheriff Department, the jail for 10 years. I'm a lieutenant over there, and I tell people every day, every person walking is one bad decision away from jail. Everyone is one bad decision away from jail. Right? You go out, you hang out with your friends, you have a drink, and then you drive. Boom. Now you're in jail for drunk driving, right? You go, you have a fight with someone, you hit them, they fall, they hit their head, boom. Now you're possibly in jail for murder. So mindfulness is huge. You always got to be mindfulness, and you mindful of the decisions you make every single day on and off the court. And for Kobe did that at a level that was so high and so grateful that every decision he made, he had a cognitive thought that the decision is not just for him. The decision is for his teammate. The decision is for his wife. The decision is for his kids. And then ultimately, the decision is for himself. So mindfulness is huge. It's something that you're going to have to carry for the rest of your life. You're always going to have to be mindful of decisions you make. You're going to have to be mindful of your surroundings. You're going to have to be mindful of the things that are happening to you, around you, and to the people that are connected to you. And I feel like Kobe did that very well. Kobe never thought about himself. He always thought about others. And you can just see it by the way he played. You know what I mean? He always made guys around him better. He always mentored the younger guys. He always, did anything it took to make the team successful. So he was always mindful of everyone else other than just himself. And that's what got him to where he is today, is being this huge figure that everyone looks up to and that everyone respects. It's the decisions he made. It's how mindful he was of the decisions that he made and that he had to make for the sacrifice of his, like I said, his wife, his kids, the teammate, his body, and for himself. And that's huge. So mindfulness is something that you're gonna carry for the rest of your life, along with, like I said earlier, along with respect and along with being grateful. Those things are attributes that you would have to live by for the rest of your life, because those things are ultimately gonna be at some point what makes you, or why people gravitate towards you. That's gonna be your identity at some point. And it could be bad, you know what I mean? Just say you're mindful of only yourself, and you're mindful in a selfish way. You know what I mean? That may not work. You know what I mean? People don't like selfish people. Good things don't happen to selfish people. Good things happen to people that are always looking out for other people. So definitely being mindful is huge. And I'm glad you guys touched on that this week, because that's going to be something, like I said before, that you guys are going to have to carry for the rest of your life. And it's going to be something that you guys are going to have to be mindful every day of your life, because like I said before, every person walking is one bad decision away from jail and messing up the rest of their life. And not only their life, but the people's lives around them. If you got kids, you mess up your kids' life. If you have a wife, you mess up your wife's life. If you, your parents depend on you, you mess up your parents' life. So definitely being mindful is huge. And every person is one bad decision away from throwing their life away.
All right. Another question is, are you gonna watch the new Space Jam? And
Of course.
And if you
Of
are,
course.
How do you think it's gonna go? Like,
I'm not sure. I'm looking forward to watching it. I want to see who's in it. I keep hearing all the rumors: LeBron, AD, this person, that person, Candace Parker. So I'm looking to see who's in it, and I can't wait to watch it. I don't want to say any guesses or how I think it's gonna go, because I want to kind of leave my mind open. But I'm anticipating it being amazing, because the first Space Jam was good. This first Space Jam's a classic. You can still watch that right now. So I'm anticipating this next one to be so much better and be amazing. So I'm definitely gonna watch it, and I'll make sure my son and my daughter watches it as well.
another question I have is, what's your reaction to Team USA losing the first couple of games in the Olympics?
What's my reaction? Team USA, what?
Can you hear us?
Yep. What's my reaction? Team USA, what?
What's your reaction to Team USA losing the first few games of the Olympics?
Oh man, it's funny you asked that. When I seen Team USA lose that first exhibition game to Nigeria, I was so disgusted. I'm like, how can that even happen? How can that be? You got the best players in the world on one team. Like how does that happen? But yeah, so I've been disgusted with Team USA this whole time. They lost not only to Nigeria, but then I think they lost another one to Australia or something, or Argentina or someone. Like it's crazy. Like it's mind-boggling to me, but it lets me know that there's something within the team, right? Because you can't have all those great players who perform on an individual level very highly get on one team and not still be able to perform at a high level. So there's some sort of chemistry problems. There may be even, I'm guessing, some ego problems, but there is something within that team that's not allowing them to excel and go beyond their capacity or even play at the level that they're supposed to be playing at. Because never should they have lost or lose to Nigeria. So watching Team USA is frustrating for me right now.
Thank you. You've answered all my questions.
Of course, buddy. Thank you for asking those questions. Those are amazing questions.
Hopefully we can meet you in person so that
I'm sorry, hopefully what?
So yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, man.
He said, hopefully one day we get to play basketball with you as well. You know, you get to see their skills on the court.
You might beat me, man. I don't know if I want to play you. You might beat me. I would only play if Claude's out there on my team. I would need Claude. You might be too much for me, man. Claude and Sky. Sky got to be on my team too. Sky got some game. Don't let Sky sit here on mute and Sky got some game. So if Claude and Sky's on my team, I'm in.
Sky, you
Well,
heard
at
that?
the end of the year,
Coach,
Tony, we're gonna have some pickups, so I'm gonna come get you.
Let's go. I'm
I
down.
did hear that.
We play against the kids.
Yep, I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, but if it's anything other than that, give me a heads up and I'm there.
All right, we'll set it up.
Student versus staff game. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass it to one more student for one more question before our wrap ups, okay? And so I'm gonna pass it to our lady in the building. So I'm gonna pass it to Eliani. Let's give Eliani a round of applause.
Hi, Eliani.
My name is Eliani Martinez.
Speak a little louder, one notch.
My name is Eliani Martinez. I'm going to the 8th grade and I go to and my question was, since I'm interested in learning other languages, I was wondering if you picked up any other languages while you were overseas.
I couldn't hear your question. I'm sorry.
Since I'm interested in learning other languages, I was wondering if you picked up any other languages while you were overseas.
I couldn't hear. Since he's interested in what?
So she said since she's interested in learning other languages, right? She was wondering what other languages have you picked up?
Oh, right. It's funny, right, about the learning other languages, because when I was in high school, it was so hard for me to learn Spanish. It was so hard. I just couldn't learn it. I just couldn't grasp it of Spanish. So I had I kept like deferring and kept putting it off. So I was like a senior in high school, still taking like Spanish 1 or something. Like it was crazy. Like I just couldn't learn Spanish. And it was tough. But after going overseas and going to all these different countries, I don't really know a language fluently. I only know words, and I probably know Polish, more words in Polish than in anything, because I was probably there the longest. When I was in Poland, I think I was there 10 months, and I was alone the whole time. So I had to learn the language at least enough to get out and navigate throughout the city, to go grocery shopping, to go order food at restaurants, to even greet people and say hi, thank you, and good morning, and all those stuff. So I know like little words. I couldn't have a full conversation with you in no language other than English, but I do know a lot of words in Polish, but I haven't spoken in a long time.
That was my question. Thank you. That was my question. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, let's give Eliani a round of applause. Okay, round of applause. So I know we have Officer Canuto on the call as well. I say, Officer Canuto, is there anything that you wanted to say? Any questions for Mr. Lee?
No, I was actually very impressed on the questions some of the kids asked, because I was like, wow, I didn't know that about Tony. So it was good to sit on here and listen and learn some stuff that I didn't know. So kudos to the kids.
You guys heard what Officer Canuto said? She said kudos to the kids. What do y'all say? Now that was weak. What do you say? Thank you. Oh, now I felt that one. Yes. So now, because I do see that it is 11:30, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass it to Coach Claude to do our wrap-ups. And then after this class, we're gonna take a little break. All right. But I would just want to say thank you, Mr. Lee, for taking time out of your day.
Thank you.
I know you have a lot on your plate, but just thank you for taking time out of your day. I hope you guys heard what he said. Every word.
Thank you. I
so
appreciate you
important,
guys so much. This
okay?
is awesome. I can do this at any time. And I would never turn this away. This is amazing. This is awesome. I'm actually thankful and blessed that you guys actually reached out to me and want to hear my story and allowed me to pour back into you guys. So this is amazing to me. All right.
Coach, that's you.
Well, Tony, I appreciate you making time for our young and gifted today. And Sky's always on our calls, along with the whole Boston Police School Unit team. All I can do is say thanks, bro, and I appreciate you. And if I could ever return that favor, I will, because it's what I do. So, the kids got a lot out of it, and I know you got a lot out of it as well, because it's what you do with the kids throughout the city. So, I'll definitely get that date and make sure we can kick their butts when we play them.
I'm down. I'm in. And thank you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are amazing. And you guys, I'm sure the work you do with Sky Canoe was amazing. Because Sky is an amazing person. She does a lot of work in the community too, with pouring back into the youth. So I'm on board for any way that I can help, any way that I can assist. Anything I can do, I'm on board. Just give me a call. I'm one call away for sure. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. And remember, respect yourself, respect others. Be grateful for what you have and not worried about what the next person have. And treat people with respect and always work hard. Always work hard. Always work hard. And things will come around and things will happen for you in a great way.
Appreciate you, man.
All right. Thank y'all. I appreciate it.
Yep.
We appreciate you. And to leave out, we're gonna all say respect, because that's this week's value. Respect on 3 from everyone on the Zoom, from everyone in the classroom, from everyone outside. I know they're gonna hear us. On 3, we're gonna say respect. 1, 2, 3. Respect! Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Right. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys, man. You guys have a good day.
You too.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Sky, take care. I'll see you. All right, Chrissy. Thank you guys.
All right,